Hello ladies and gentlemen, I just finished watching AEW Forbidden Door and here are the results and my review for that pay-per-view. I ain't wasting any more time. Let's get it on. With the first match being Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki taking on Shota Umino, Wheeler Yuta, and Eddie Kingston. The match was pretty good, I have to say, for a standard 6-man tag or trios tag, whatever AEW calls it. I feel like they did all the best that they could do. I knew that Eddie Kingston and Minoru Suzuki were gonna strike each other with palm strikes and chop. It was so obvious that they were gonna do that. Sammy Guevara, I think, did pretty good. Chris Jericho, I think, botched once, but I don't remember I think he botched a punch. And Shota Umino, I honestly have to say, is pretty good in the ring. You know, I'm surprised. I have to mention that I don't watch a lot of New Japan Pro Wrestling, so since this is my first, impressions of watching some of the New Japan guys, some of them I've only watched once or twice, and some of them I haven't even watched at all. This is my first time watching, so I'm gonna have to say for this one, Shota Umino did great. I'm gonna give this match a 7.4 out of 10. I felt like some parts there were just like, it was clunky. Never trying when everybody was trying to get all their shit in together, but the ending was pretty cool with Chris Jericho hitting the Judas effect on Shota Umino to get the win. Sorry about that. I hope I don't, mispronounce any other words. But anyways, we go to the winner take all IWGP and Ring of Honor tag team titles on the line as FTR take on the Great Khan, Jeff Cobb, and they take on Roppongi Vice. This was a good match. I really liked it. FTR, they're number one in my list of favorite tag teams next to the Young Bucks, I have to say. For AEW, that is. Those two are my favorite tag teams, and honestly, I can't wait for FTR Young Bucks 3. Who's gonna be the best tag team in the world? That's, I think, how they should actually advertise it. So the match was great. There was a part where Dax Harwood got injured, and he had to leave for, I would say, like the majority of the match. I heard he popped like an elbow or something. He got injured and he had to leaving Cash Wheeler, behind for most of the part. The Roppongi Vice did pretty good in this match. This is my first time watching Great Khan. He did pretty good for, big monster Jeff Cobb. He's still as good as I remember. I think the last time I saw him was like in 2020 in Ring of Honor, so it's been a while, and this was a good match. I'll give this match an 8.3 out of 10. Yeah, really good, really solid match. Next up is a fatal 4-way match for the AEW All-Atlantic title as Malachi Black takes on Pac, Miro, and Clark Connors, who is a replacement for Tomohiro Ishii. I wanted to do a predictions video, but because I found out it was a little too hectic because I didn't know what they were going to switch when I found out. I forgot who. Somebody got injured in the Bullet Club Dudes with Attitude match. I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to wait until I actually give my review. The match was really good. For Clark Connors, as someone who doesn't watch New Japan, I thought he did pretty good. I think everybody in New Japan did really good. It shows anyone who hasn't watched any New Japan actually be curious. There are some parts where I was like, maybe I should watch, some New Japan stuff. This is pretty good. There was some good stuff. Miro was, I think, the fan favorite of everyone, but eventually Pac was able to hit the brutalizer and Clark Connors making him tap out. So Pac is your new All Elite Wrestling All Atlantic champion. Say that 5 times. That would be nice. But yeah, this was a good match. I really like Pac. I think it's time for him to actually get a title, and it's pretty cool that he was the inaugural champion for this belt. And I give this match a 8.0 out of 10. Good, solid match. Next up is Shingo Takagi, Darby Allin, and Sting, Dudes with Attitude, taking on El Fantasma and Young Bucks. I think there was someone else who was supposed to be in this match. I forgot who it is. Don't, kill me in the comment section below. But it was basically a member of the Bullet Club. This match was really good. Sting did a big big dive to the Bullet Club members. It was a good match. I really enjoyed it. Shingo Takagi, the only thing I liked about him was his finisher when he was just jabbing him with a bunch of punches. That was pretty good. But I'm actually impressed with El Fantasma. I think he was, pretty great in the ring. And the match ends when Takagi hits his finisher to El Fantasma for the win. Of course, you can't have any of the Young Bucks lose because they're, they're world champions. Come on. Tag world champions, I mean. So those three, Darby Allin, Sting, and Takagi win. Good match. I'm gonna give it a 7.7 out of 10. It was better than the first one because I think the Young Bucks and Darby Allin did better with what they were giving. I don't know. I wasn't interested in the first match. I don't know if it's because of the Minoru Suzuki and Eddie Kingston, chop thing. I don't understand that. It's probably just me, but I didn't understand it and I didn't like it. Shingo Takagi, I think, is in the same vein of, strong style punches, but because because his opponents are more high flyers, he had to adapt and was the biggest guy there next to Sting. But Sting again is limited, you know, even though he did the big dive, you know, that was you know, a pretty amazing, you know, moment for Sting. He's death defying even though he's in his 60s. But next match we have Toni Storm versus Thunder Rosa, and sadly this was probably the weakest match in the card. Now it's not because it was bad, I think it has to do with, I think everybody was burnt out after those. Honestly, the majority of the first matches were all tag matches or multi-man matches, so we were all tired. And then once we get, you know, a singles match, that was pretty hard to, you know, how can you know, do better than those, you know, 6-man tags, trios and multi-member matches. It was just too much, and I don't think it was fair for Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa to, you know, try to compete with that. But the match was okay. There wasn't anything bad or in this match. Thunder Rosa does win, hitting Dustin Rhodes' finisher. I think it was the Final Reckoning. I know it was the Final Cut when he was Goldust, but he hits that finisher for the win. And then at the end, Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm basically shake hands, so they're still friends. I'm gonna give this match 7.1 out of 10. There were some moments where I was like, I don't really want to watch this anymore. It's kind of boring. Then after that, we have Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy, and this one I was interested in because I've always said that Orange Cassidy is a good wrestler, but I was like 50-50 on him, and I was impressed with Will Ospreay ever since he made his debut around June. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what they can do with this, and I really enjoyed it. Will Ospreay is a good heel. He's a good wrestler. I understand why a lot of people like him and even quote him as the best wrestler alive today. He's really cool. I honestly want to see Seth Rollins versus Will Ospreay, even though it's mainly because they had a little fight back in the day. But they're both really impressive. I think they're both kind of similar in a way. You know, two tall guys that are really athletic. I think they're both really similar. And this match was really good. Orange Cassidy, I thought he was gonna win this one, but Will Ospreay came up with the W, hitting his finisher. Not the knife like chop to the back of the head, some other finisher. I forgot what it was called. But he wins this match. It was actually for, I guess, #1 contendership for the IWGP United States belt, mainly because Juice Robinson, even though he lost the match, stole the title, so he possesses the title. So if you want to know more about that, you're gonna have to watch New Japan for that. But again, this was a good match. I'm gonna give it an 8.2 out of 10. This is a good match. You know, Orange Cassidy did all right. He didn't, you know, get my intelligence insulted, you know, as Vince McMahon would say. And Will Ospreay is a good wrestler. I understand why people like him a lot. So yeah, 8.2 out of 10. After that, we have Zack Sabre Jr., who was supposed to face Bryan Danielson originally, but then after he got injured, he came in, you know, last time in AEW Dynamite, saying, you know what, I have this replacement right here, not just for this match at Forbidden Door, but at Blood and Guts, so prepare yourself, Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. makes fun of the Blackpool Combat Club, and in comes in Claudio Castagnoli, the former Cesaro, making his debut. I thought this was amazing. I'm a big fan of Cesaro ever since he was the US guy, and he was with Oksana, remember that? I was a big fan of Cesaro back then, and he's always had bangers with when he was tag teaming with Sheamus, when he had that feud with Seth Rollins, when he had that match with Sami Zayn in NXT. He's an amazing wrestler, and hopefully in AEW he gets the respect that he deserves. And this match was really good. I liked in the beginning, Claudio just uppercuts Zack Sabre Jr. and hits his finisher, the neutralizer. I don't know what they call it here, but he hits it, and a lot of people were like, holy shit, there's gonna be a burial. But he kicks out, and then they have a hard-hitting match, you know, a bunch of holds, a bunch of stretches, and a bunch of slams. It was a good match. Then Claudio was able to get the W with some maneuver I forgot and gets the win. You know, I'm gonna give this match an 8.4 out of 10. It was really technical, hard-hitting match that I think a lot of people will enjoy. So yeah, it seems, you know, Claudio's in the Blackpool Combat Club, so that's pretty cool as well, because, you know, he fits with that group. I don't know where he would have been if not for the Blackpool Combat Club. You know, what would he have been doing? The suave James Bond character back in like 2016, 2015, you know? So I don't know. After this, we have the Fatal 4-Way match for the IWGP World Heavyweight title, as Adam Cole, Okada, Adam Page, and Jake White go at it for the title. This match was really good. Yeah, I think it did better than it should have, especially with the placement it was, because usually when you watch AEW pay-per-views, you get like so extremely fatigued at the last 2 to 3 matches. It's really hard for the viewers and the crowd to be invested, but in this one, everybody was invested in this match. Everybody loves Okada. He got a great reaction by the crowd. Everybody loves him. Adam Cole, of course, gets his boom. Adam Page, he probably got the worst of everyone, because he got like boos and cheers. Jay White just got booed, so I don't know what's happening with Adam Page. I don't even know if he's a babyface, to be honest. But anyways, that aside, this match was really good. Okada did really good, as I haven't seen that much of his work, so I think he did pretty good in this match. Jay White, I've already seen him when he had that match at a Rampage a couple of months ago, so that was really good. You know, a lot of cool stuff, like Adam Page was trying to go for the moonsault and Adam Cole kicks him, a lot of false finishes and all that good stuff. The ending kind of confuses me. So Adam Cole and Okada take care of Adam Page. Okada takes Adam Cole and is able to hit like some sort of slam. After that, tries to go for the Rainmaker, but Adam Cole whiffs it and falls on, he just falls, and then Jay White comes in, hits his finisher, pins Adam Cole for the 3 count. So this one has a lot of people, you know, wondering what happened. It seems that Adam Cole legitimately got injured. I don't know if he has a concussion or something. I have heard that he was wrestling injured, like he was already injured and was taking a couple of like days off of not wrestling in order for him to, you know, appear for the Forbidden Door special. So, you know, that sucks for Adam Cole, but Jay White was able to get the win. Yeah, good match, really good match, honestly. I know I'm not giving that much of emotion, but I'm pretty tired, but this match was really good. I'm gonna give it an 8.6 out of 10. Yes, I think it was the best match of the night. It did deliver, but the ending, I'm not gonna lie, it was disappointing. I felt like if Adam Cole wasn't injured, it would have been better, but sadly he got injured. I don't know where. I don't know if him just being in the match got his previous injuries even worse, but you know, hopefully Adam Cole is able to, you know, recover, you know, nicely and quickly. You know, it sucks for Adam Cole, honestly, but this match was really cool, so I have to say, you know, good on him for getting this match. After that, we're finally in the main event as Jon Moxley takes on Hiroshi Tanahashi for the AEW World Title, the interim world title, because CM Punk is still the actual world champion. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. After this match was really good. It was really strike heavy, good match. Jon Moxley is like a bruiser type, and Hiroshi Tanahashi, from what I've seen, is more technical. He's kind of like Kenny Omega in a way, but less flamboyant. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, more strike heavy than Kenny Omega. This match was good. Jon Moxley, I think I went to go to the bathroom or somewhere to eat. I went to get food because out of nowhere Jon Moxley started bleeding. I was like, what happened? But I was watching it live, so I couldn't, you know, go back, and I haven't gone back right now to see how did he bleed. But I went to Twitter and I saw him doing the medium scrum with Tony Khan, and he just had a bunch of, you know, stitches in his head, so he bled a lot. This match was really good. Of course, Jon Moxley was able to get the win, hitting the paradigm shift and beating Tanahashi to become a two-time AEW World Champion. I think he's the first one as well, so that's a good victory for Jon Moxley. I know a lot of people wanted to see him 2020 as World Champion, but because of the coronavirus situation, he was holding it down during the pandemic era of AEW, so hopefully we get to see him, but at the same time I want to see CM Punk, so we'll see how that all goes together once CM Punk comes. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Hiroshi Tanahashi was gonna win and we're gonna have Tanahashi and Punk to find out who was the actual world champion, but I feel like he has stuff with New Japan, so I don't think he can come at least once a month to do something. So Jon Moxley is the winner. Good, probably the best decision, honestly, but it probably would have been cool to see Hiroshi Tanahashi win this match. But after this match, Jericho Society comes in, tries to beat everybody up. Then a lot of the people from the Blackpool Combat Club comes in. Claudio, of course, comes in and, you know, celebrates with Jon Moxley because of his big W, and they basically give a big plug for Blood and Guts that's happening this week, I have to say. I think it is this week, so prepare for that review. But yeah, I'm gonna give this match a good 8.3 out of 10. It was good. I was getting a little tired, but it was still pretty good during the end. I also forgot, I think it was during the Will Ospreay Orange Cassidy match, that Shibata, someone who's really popular in New Japan, made his like debut in AEW. A lot of people were screaming. I haven't seen anything of him. I don't know if he's some sort of martial arts fighter type of guy, because that's what he was wearing. Is he like similar to Riddle? Is he similar to like Jake Hager? I don't know. I haven't seen that much of it, but a lot of people really, you know, popped for that thing, for his debut, I have to say. So that was pretty good. So here are my final comments of this pay-per-view. I feel like for what AEW has to offer, because of CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, and all these injuries of people having, heck, Adam Cole's injured right now, so he's gonna be gone for at least like up to like full gear. Kenny Omega's still injured. Bryan Danielson, CM Punk are injured. MJF is a persona non grata, so he's gonna be gone for a couple. A lot of people wanted him to show up. I've seen in Twitter of him cutting like this promo, like if he was Seth Rollins Rollins invading NXT when they were preparing the match for Triple H versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 33. A lot of people would have liked that, and it probably would have been cool because you know how he's anti-indie, anti-Japanese wrestling. I think that would have been cool, but it sucks. Maybe he could do it later on in another pay-per-view, or if some Japanese wrestler comes in, that'd be pretty cool as well. But yeah, this pay-per-view was cool. The only problem I have, and this is for all of AEW's pay-per-view and even WWE's pay-per-view premium live events, I have to say, is that each show is like 3 to 4 hours long, and as much as it's cool, once the 2-hour limit happens, I'm like, it has something big to keep me on going with the watching the pay-per-view, you know, like the fatal 4-way match or something interesting. So that's the thing with just wrestling in total, that because it's longer than 2 hours, it's, you know, really hard to stay awake and still be energized. I know a lot of people during the final 3-4 matches, literally once the women's match happened, a lot of people were like, you know, they were like still quiet, you know, because of the Shibata entrance and the Claudio debut and the championship matches that got people hyped. If not for that, you know, the Chicago crowds are always hyped, so that's pretty good, pretty cool on them for making this thing happen and having people that are anti-AEW, you know, keeping their mouth shut, because I'm not gonna lie, there's some people that honestly annoy me for the amount of WWE dick riding they do. Same goes for AEW. A lot of guys dick ride AEW for shit, acting like if Tony Khan and Vince McMahon are gonna give you guys payouts. Like, what are you, Ryan Satin and Dave Meltzer? No, they're not gonna care for you. They don't care for any of you. Just enjoy wrestling. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, don't watch it then. But yeah, there were some good matches. There were some guys from New Japan that I'm pleasantly surprised that I liked. I would like to see them again in AEW, and if there's a cool match in New Japan that, you know, people are like, well, you gotta watch this, and I will be glad to, you know, I'll be glad to watch that match. I'll be happy to watch it, and with open eyes and open minds, I will be watching that match, because, you know, if this is just like a watered down version of what they do in Japan, as some would say, then I'll be happy to see what they would do. And that's gonna wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. You know, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want to get up there with the views and the subscribers, so subscribe, like, comment, and notification bells, because it shows you whenever I post another banger video. All I have to say is there might be some new videos coming up that are going to be different, but I want to explore the horizons of the YouTube landscape, so this might be different than my iceberg and analysis videos that I usually do, but I think you guys might be pleasantly surprised if you like my content, or even if you just watch it for some reason. So that being said, see ya.